Good morning. May I have your quick attention? We will be starting in about 5 minutes time. Yeah, we were delayed, but everything has been sorted, so we are about to start anytime from now. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Business Desk event for April 2024. My name is Patudi Malepe. I'm going to be your program director for the day, or facilitator. I'm just quickly going to talk about what matters the most, which is safety and ablution facilities. Everyone here has been registered. If you haven't registered, please make sure that you register. In case of any emergency, we all leave the building very orderly. We don't rush. Nothing is gonna happen. You just go outside and we will take an account of everyone who is in the building, okay? Should you want to use our ablution facilities, as you go out the door, you turn to your left, and then the first door on your left-hand side, on that side of the building, it's our ablution facilities, both ladies and gents. This is the day that we've been waiting for a very long time. Our guest speaker is here. We are going to introduce her, but I just want to take this opportunity to welcome all our upcoming and established entrepreneurs who are both here in the auditorium and those who are watching us online, both on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome. This is the day that we've been waiting for, and it has eventually arrived. I just want to see, by raising of hands, how many of you here are really interested in technology? AI, machine learning. I'm happy to see the numbers. I'm very happy to see the numbers. And how many of you think that they're gonna participate in the hackathon? We are going to have a hackathon or a code fest. Those who want to participate will be registering today, but we're going to give you more details about it. Those who want to participate can register. You are going to give us solutions to the problems that we are facing, especially as eMalahleni, but we're going to come to that. I just want to see also the schools that are represented here. When I call the name of your school, please shout to the top of your voice so that people can know you are here, you are represented, right? Yes, we're going to start. TP Sililo, are you here? Aye, TP Sililo, come on, represent. Are you here? DM Mutsausile, are you here? Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. I know Kopanang is still coming. Elukanyisweni, are you here? Yeah. Reno Park, are you here? And Greendale, are you here? Bonginsimbi, are you here? Yeah, welcome. And I know already those who are watching online, because they can't see you, they feel like they were here as well. Yeah, but yeah, they will, next time they're gonna be in the venue. Welcome everyone, and I want to welcome also the teachers who are here, or educators. I was corrected that they are not teachers, they are educators. So welcome to our educators. We really take pride of you. We are proud of the work that you are doing. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. We know sometimes we look down on teachers or educators, but we would not be here, all of us, if it wasn't for you. You taught us from the beginning even how to read and write, and we are here standing today because of you. So I'm just quickly going to introduce the hackathon. What happens in a hackathon? A hackathon, it's where we you come up with solutions to problems that are facing our community. So I looked at some challenges that Emalahleni is facing. We have got, what is the biggest problem that Emalahleni is facing now? Water and load shedding. And where is the solution gonna come from? I like that. So you are going to provide us with solutions, right? And you are going to provide us with innovative ideas that can solve the problems we are facing. The problems of potholes. How do we make sure that we never have potholes, or if they emerge, we see them quickly, right? How do we get our water, make sure that every house has got water from the tap? When they open, they've got clean water that they can drink. So we are going to need digital innovation solutions. We're going to need software solutions from you guys. Tina, we already passed that stage. It's you who have to provide solutions, because there are solutions for you, right? But apart from that, we've got other issues of mobility. When we talk about public transport at Emalahleni, we're talking about taxis, right? We don't have any other form of public transport. And buses. So we need to provide solutions. Shopping. Some of you don't like going to the mall. You want to sit at home and just go onto your smartphone and start shopping, right? But then sometimes they tell you, you know, we don't deliver at this particular place. So who must come up with a solution to deliver in that place? Thank you. So you know. But the biggest problem that is facing us as South Africa is unemployment. And I know right now you are sitting here thinking, I'm going to school. When I finish school, will I get employed? But should it be employment that we are looking for, or should we be the employers? Yes, we should be the employers. I read this quote yesterday and I felt, now the quote goes like this. They say, they that knows how will always be employed, but they that knows why will be the employer. So if you know why, you become the employer. You know why you want to solve the problems of Emalahleni. You know why you want to provide solutions for electricity, right? So we're going to need those who are going to want to participate in the hackathon. Please register. Those who raised their hands, can I see those hands again? Now the hands are few. Okay, there are many. How many of you wants to come to the stage and just give me in 10 seconds what solution do you want to offer? Quickly. Anyone else wants to join him? Anyone who wants to join him? Very quickly, just tell us your name.
My name is Hawang. You said quickly.
Okay, what solution do you want to offer?
I want to be an entrepreneur, create job opportunities for the people who don't have jobs.
Okay, that's a good solution. So what is it that you're interested in? What is it that you want to do to employ people?
Oh, yeah. Since these days we've come up to people who like IT, I'm going to open a brand which is, not a brand actually, a company which brings people to the, come on.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's tone down. Okay, introduce yourself.
My name is Nantlantla Mashabana. I am from Greentown. Yes.
So what solution do you think you want to offer?
Before we start with the solutions, we must first consider that are people aware of the problem? And also, we must make sure if people know the terms, especially the technology side of it. You can't just come up with a solution whereas people are not educated about it. So.
Remember the quote that I said, they that know how will always be employed, but she knows the why. Okay.
So I think that you must first educate people about the technology so that together we can come up with a solution.
Together we can come up with what? Solutions. Thank you. Thank you. And I think I see why she is the RCL president. I see why she's the president. Okay.
Thanks.
Your name?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Precious Mpilende Mabona. I'm a grade 10 at Reno Park. And yeah, I'm 16. So
the solutions.
The solutions. I want to dig deep in employment. I'm sure we all are aware that employment is the highest problem we have around South Africa. But before I dig into that, to our grade 12s, if you want to, proceed, could you consider the fact that after university, why do you still want to apply for jobs? Why do you still want to have a CV? I think employment doesn't exist to me because after university, let's say I'm in the medical field, why not start a pharmacy? How? People ask that how, because we still need imali, right? There's what we call, because I'm still in high school, so we learn about it, there's what we call a capital. Capital, the money we use to start a business, so it comes in different ways. It's personal capital, it's borrowed capital, loan capital. So why not consider those capitals in order to start a business? For abantu bagu medical field, they can always open their own pharmacy after university, but they're still rushing to get employed. How? Because you already qualify to be a doctor after university, after your graduation. So I think people have this mindset of after school, I need to get a job.
I need a job.
Exactly. So if we would cancel that mindset and instead think of it after school, I want to open my own business because there's no successful career than a business. I'm telling you, if you want to be an engineer, well, it is a paying career. But I think if we could look at the street vendors, they're making a lot of money every day. So I believe in business. I don't believe in employment. That's my point. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. For me, in my high school days, I never learned what you guys are learning at high school. I never learned about capital. I had to learn that at university. I didn't know that there are different types of capitals at high school. So I'm just saying this, that you guys are privileged and you need to use the information that you have to your advantage. Don't play with it. Some of the things that you guys were saying here, some of us had to go to university to learn them. Okay. So the ideas that we are looking for our hackathon are mainly digital-based ideas. So if you are going to, for instance, our guest speaker comes from the aviation industry, more specifically from the drones industry or sector. So what do you think you can use a drone for? Before I call our guest speaker to come to the podium, anyone? What is it that you can use a drone for to solve problems that are here in our Emalahleni? You are welcome again. We want to hear you when you speak.
remember we are live streaming, so we'd like you to speak on the microphone.
Firstly, if I were to be part of the droning industry, would be for maintaining security, especially in Emalahleni, because most of the times we complain about load shedding and not having electricity, whilst people at night, they go out there and steal the cables and all of that. So if we are to like introduce the drones here in Emalahleni, it would be like to monitor and to like be on the lookout, especially when we are sleeping. We can't be asleep and awake at the same time. So we need technology to help us in that.
Thank you. Any other suggestion? Except for security, what else? No one.
Yes.
Okay, there is one.
I'll give him the mic.
Since they have said that there was a problem from people who are ordering from online, you know, and they've told them that they can't deliver from a certain place, you know. So drones can easily deliver because they move from the skies, you see. They can easily get to the place without any evacuation.
The future looks bright. Very bright. The future of Emalahleni looks very bright. I'm going to invite our guest speaker to come and address us. But before we do that, and I'm going to read her profile for you guys so that you can also get encouraged. Ms. Queen Ndlovu is a seasoned entrepreneur with a remarkable track record of success and a passion for innovation, boasting over 25 years of diverse business experience in agriculture, energy, marine, TVET colleges, among others, and 6 years in drone business. Ms. Queen Ndlovu is the founder and CEO of QP Drone Tech, as well as the managing director of South Africa Flying Labs. A guest lecturer in various business schools, a conference speaker, an international published drone author that hit #1 spot on Amazon in USA and Germany are amongst her attributes. She is a dynamic and visionary leader with proven ability to drive growth and transformation, making her entrepreneur of note. Ms. Queen Ndlovu holds a master's degree in entrepreneurship and new venture creation from Wits Business School, a cross-border and global entrepreneurship qualification from Peking Business School in Shenzhen, China. She is currently enrolled at Wits Business School for her PhD. With an interest in drone technology, Ms. Ndlovu have been featured and interviewed by several houses such as Voice of America, ENCA, Power FM, Radio 702, SABC, amongst others. BBC has expressed an interest to feature their journey in Alexander on business risk management. She has since received numerous accolades and awards for her outstanding contribution to drone industry, which are Global Humanitarian Award at the Women in Emerging Aviation Technologies Awards in Washington, D.C., USA, October 2023. Best Women in ICT in Africa Award by Department of International Relations and Cooperation, that is DERCO. And Charlotte Maxeke, African Women Leadership in March 2023. The winner of Telkom's Future Makers, November 2022. Telkom's Phenomenal 10 Women in Tech, IT Personality Award finalist at the Institute of Information Technology Professionals South Africa, President's Award, amongst others. Last month, Ms. Ndlovu was awarded Innovation Award presented by President Cyril Ramaphosa at the Black Industrialist event. May we all stand up, just stand up and as she comes here to the stage. Yes, we may be seated.
Thank you.
And I think something that she forgot to say is that on her profile is that actually business schools are studying her. There is a case study on her. So there is a case. If you want business schools, you know, business schools are the elite side of universities. If you want business schools to study you, come close to her.
I think I forgot about that, by the way. Yeah. No, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. The church. I know you are the one who actually approached me representing your church. It was so funny because we studied together, doing our PhDs together, and he's one of the smartest students in our class. So I was humbled to be invited by him on behalf of the church. Good morning, everyone. Ninjani kodwa bantwana bami. Siyaphila ne. I would like to extend my gratitude for the church leadership for inviting me. I was actually super excited and humbled to be invited by the church. And I could see that this church, they run it like a business. And this is what we've been needing in South Africa. So I'm really humbled that I'm part of the congregation today. When I was actually informed that even the younger ones are going to be joining us, I was super excited. And you'll understand why that made me happy as well, that we've got our future leaders coming to join us as well. And I'm not by myself, so that I had to impose this to the church leadership. My apologies in advance. I've brought here my mentor, my sponsor, my best friend. I'm here because of her, who's happened to be the chairperson of the advisory board. You know, Musi Business, there must be a board of directors. So with startup, we call it advisory board because they're not as formal as the normal board of directors. Ms. Sharon Master, please stand up. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's your time off today, you know, but she's been there for me. She knows anything that I'll be sharing with you, coaching me, mentoring me, sponsoring me. You'll see in one of my presentations I'm talking that as a business person, it's important that you have a mentor and a sponsor because there's actually a difference between the two. Okay, yeah, so I think we are ready. What I also need to declare in advance, I usually have two types of presentation. The one that is usually a blend for younger audience like yourself, and the one that is blend for entrepreneurs, leadership, and other people. So I'm gonna try to do the hybrid. I've never been in a situation where I have to accommodate both audience. So if you're going to too fast or please stop, okay? But luckily Sharon is there who's passionate about young people. She's there to come in if she's comfortable. Yeah, I think she's ready.
Okay, our media team, the presentation.
Okay, maybe let me use this side so that I see better. Yes, this is the name of the company. I'm here to represent the company called QP Drone Tech. QP stands for Queen and Partners because I believe in partnering and collaborating with everyone to make things happen. Once you set something, I think it was you, I can't see because of the light. You said something that you can't do something on your own. You need to bring other people to come with solutions. And I'm like that. I believe in collaborating and partners with other people. Hence the name of the business is QP Drone Tech, because it's Queen and Partners. So you're more than welcome to join us and be partners in our business, okay? Yeah, so the company was established in 2018, very South African based. 100% owned by women of color. You know, a short history about the company, why I started this company. I've been in business, as the chair mentioned before, that I've been in business, I've stopped counting the years. I think for 27 years now. You know, I'm reliving my age, you know. So I've been in business for a long time, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually a grandmother. I have a 5-year-old grandson. You know, so, so I'm quite old. I know, hey, you know, people when you talk technology, you expect young and vibrant person. Yes. So, yeah, so what happened? Why I've been in business for a long time, I did something different. I've been into TVET colleges. I built TVET colleges, you know, management consulting. But later, one realized that the market is becoming saturated. A consulting firm, we no longer get this. But I used to do very well before that, you know. So as an entrepreneur, I needed to sit down and reflect. What are the future prospects that are coming as a business person? Because I think I rated myself as a serial entrepreneur, you know. I look for opportunities, although predominantly I was more into training and management consulting space. I ran dry clean, everything else. But then I realized that everyone is talking technology. You know, tech this, tech next, the world is talking technology. So I decided that maybe it's time that one tries to seek opportunities in that space, in tech business. But guess what? I'm not an engineer and I'm talking technology. I'm not technical, but I'm taking technology. I'm older. There's no way that I'm gonna run a technology business. But me, again, nothing is impossible with me, you know? So one has to sit down and reflect how I'm gonna position myself to be able to enter the market everyone is talking about. Because it means I was gonna be dead as an entrepreneur. So I decided that I have to go back to school to position myself in a business, you know. So after searching around, I realized that actually there's a qualification that is offered by Wits Business School. It's called Masters in Entrepreneurship and New Venture Creation. And why that qualification? You know, it's because I realized that one of the modules, you know, they were offering in that course is on emerging technologies. I said, you go, girl, I'm going for this one. You know, other than that, the other module was addressing the issue of global entrepreneurship. And can someone tell me why that made me excited? I've just said to you, I was worried that the market, my client, was saturated in a training. But Wits was offering a course on global entrepreneurship. What do you think made me excited to learn about that? Can someone guess that there was a course in global entrepreneurship there within the degree? Okay, let's give others a chance. Yes, Sissy? Oh, you need this. Oh, this. I'll try to be interactive. No, I needed to give you a chance because you haven't spoken. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Yes.
I think the reason why you had interest in that career or course is because the most serious issue that we're facing right now is global warming, and we need issues on that to fix and able to maintain whatever is going on. Otherwise, our country or the world is going to decrease merely on such things, and we're going to face problems like we won't be able to maintain the heat, won't be able to maintain the gases, emissions that are there in the greenhouse gases.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that input, yeah. A quick one, because I'm taking changes time, sorry.
Okay, so another thing, I think that you had the interest, I'm just picturing this, where I was working before, they had this thing they had like this thing of telling us about the COP27, about global warming, climate change. So it's one of the biggest things that are gonna like unfold, because most of the time, like every year, they get to like come up with conferences where people get to come up with solutions for the problem, but solutions that has to do with technology.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're talking global entrepreneurship, global this, climate change, and all of that. Precisely. I realized that my previous pain was that the market was only in South Africa, while the world is beginning to open doors for people like ourselves. Global solutions, global pains, you know. So I like that course because the second module was on global, how to do business outside South Africa, so that I don't go home hungry, isn't it? Okay, can you go to the next slide? I was just giving a context about a QP drone tech and all of that. So, is the slide coming? Okay. So after I went to the business schools, obviously I qualified, and as part of it, I was so happy that, okay, now I know about technologies. I have an idea. I know that I'm not an engineer, but I have an idea what are the emerging technologies. And I chose drone technology. But there was still another problem with my profile, is that I don't still have technical skills, but I know my strength. My strength is that I'm able to do business development, to get contract for business. I'm able to commercialize business. So I decided that, okay, I know the other part, my strength of business, so I'm gonna partner with people that are innovative, you know? So I partnered. The strategy throughout the business is that even if I was not as technical orientated, but I partner with people that are very innovative and technical. And that work, that's why we are here today, I guess, you know. So after finishing the course, and then I as a global player, aspiring global player, I immediately went to China, you know, and go and study there, in business school there. But the real reason I wanted to study Chinese, because if you look at their culture, they'll go anywhere in the world, open businesses, they don't know the language, but they become successful. But I also learned that out of the emerging technology that I was exposed to at Wits University, one of them was drone technology, and they're very big in drone technology. You know, while everyone was thinking that they're copying things, no, they're innovative now. So strategically, I chose China compared to Germany or America, because they were leading in this industry. Even now, they're leading. They are one of the biggest manufacturers of drone technology. So that's the story behind the business that I had to pivot. We call it pivoting in business, go to tech space, and how I made it. Okay, I don't see the slide, but I know the slide that was displaying is that what I love, what the Chinese were doing, is that they build these drones. You know, they build. And any business that comes with manufacturing initiatives, it's good for the country. You know, opening address chair, we are complaining that there's a high rate of unemployment, and challenging the beneficiary here that what is it that you're gonna be doing to stop the issue of unemployment. So manufacturing is one of the things that overcome that challenge, because manufacturing is about employing a lot of people at the same time. Do you agree with me? Yes, just we are able to absorb many people and give them opportunities. So I love what the Chinese are doing, that they actually build drones, you know. Obviously, I was very excited, because after exposure, then Shenzhen, startup, ambitious, they are unicorn of this world, they are making a lot of money. I'm going to do that, now I know. You know, unfortunately, when I came back home in 2018 to implement the strategy or my lesson on running a manufacturing factory, okay, their business model, all these successful big corporate that are running drone business, they've got a corporate office where obviously the executives are sitting and planning and strategizing. And then they've got the manufacturing site where they build these drones, and they've got the training academy. What is nice about the training academy is what this church is doing today. So the training academy, the drone training academy, during the week, the staff from the corporate, abantu abasebenza lapha kumacompany abo, they go and upskill themselves, check what are the new trends in drone technology that they're going to be building, none. So it's for the staff. But in our weekend, kuza community people and learn about drone technology. So I like to pause and use that moment ukushayela lesonto izandla. Because they are doing what the Chinese are doing, training community members during the weekend. So we are a step ahead. Nalento ngibone China 2018 already sonto is doing, you know. But also I want to thank you, abantwana bami ukuthi, you know, you could have relaxed and chill, niyaguma mall, nibheka YouTube, but you decided to come here. You showed up. You know, for me, all I'm seeing is leadership. You're gonna be our leaders in entrepreneurship. Congratulations to you. Yeah. So, unfortunately, going back to my story, that unfortunately, the first one, before the other one, the previous one, sorry, yeah. Going back to, so when I came back to South Africa to ask investors, because meaning that I love the manufacturing model, I wanted to build a factory, a drone factory to create employment, innovative employment. I couldn't get funding, because this is what we are discussing today. What was my pain, my pains during the journey, my obstacle, you know? So I was so disappointed because the investors, it's very capital intensive. They were telling me that it's a new technology, they're not sure if it's gonna work, and it's expensive, they don't know it. So we didn't get any funding. For 2 years, pitching to funders, to investors, to say out of this world, okay, partner with me, Dinel, partner with me, I couldn't succeed. So we decided with my mentors, my sponsors, we said, okay, maybe it's time to change and do other things, because we've got so much knowledge within the space now. What is it that we can do? Let's do something else. In business, we call it pivoting. Let's pivot into services, you know? And the services, what do you mean by services? As an entrepreneur, instead of now pitching to clients, you know, pitching, pitching, what does it mean? Good morning, the presentation with my client, you call it pitching. So now you must smart now. Must say, I'm presenting to the client, say, I'm pitching to the client. Ne? Yes, so that's a new word for you. Okay, you're pitching. So when I was pitching to the client, instead of asking them to give me funding for a drone manufacturing factory, now I'm saying, I've got solutions for you. It's services. What we meant by that, we go to mines and map with the drone, depending on their pain. You mentioned security. If the client is saying they have a problem with theft, we map that place and do security surveillance to see who are the authorities there that are stealing stuff, you know? So we went into services. So changing from manufacturing to services. While we were busy with the services, other opportunities came, you know? Like, for instance, you are passionate about drone for good. Drone for good is what is happening today. What is it that you are doing for social impact using drone technology? What are the services ozangawe, ozoyenza umphakathi or young people to put them in a better position? So we also begin that, meaning that today we're going to be talking about two entities that I belong to. The first one is Cupid Drone Tech, which is a PTY, gulasifuna imali sibhadala ikoloti. But then we've got another one, sibiza uthi CSI, like mine, kunalaba yenza imali, but kune budget abayibeka ku company yabo ukuthi basize umphakathi. So now we've got the other company called South Africa Flying Lab that is led by our chairperson, Ms. Sharon, you know? So sometimes I'm talking about Cupid Drone Tech, it's a PTY commercial wing, and I talk about South African Flying Lab. Okay, nyan confused, ne? Ngicela ubuyele ku previous slide. So ngijwayele ukuzenzela so angibinga bona. Yes. No, next one please. Yes, this one. So Cupid Drone Tech, the PTY, these are the services that we are offering, ne? 3 years ago we decided to become a thought leader in disaster risk management. That's another word I want you to leave you with. When you're starting to become a specialist in your area of business or as a person, I was out to be expert to Glentolemina, there's no one who can tell me I'm the expert in this. You're saying you are a thought leader. Lapho you are investing in knowledge and research, no one will touch you on that space. So this is what we decided to do as a company, that within the services that we are offering, yini le okuzoba yithi kuphela eSouth Africa mabantu mabayicabanga, bacabanga iQuippy, mabayicabanga South African frying. So you are building your brand around that particular niche market. So the niche market, thina decided to kuyenza. Good, let's become a thought leader in using drones for disaster. Oh, all this time, were you hearing me? Okay, sorry. Let's use drones for disaster risk management. Drones, if there's a disaster, you can use it to respond. You know, session rescue, maybe drone in a camera. I'm gonna talk about the drone parts in a camera. You know, so you do session rescue or you do damage assessment. Good, okay. The time we go to floods, this building affected and all of that. But we said, okay, we see our competition. Abaning ba respond if it damage has happened. Like at Joburg, the time when oil and gas. Abantu bakhona, they just came to check the damage. Tina, we said, no one is checking it disaster preparedness. Because it drone can actually, has that capability of displaying which are the areas that are at risk. You know? So that's the space that we are at now. We are thought leader in disaster preparedness. And how does that help? Why that as an entrepreneur or as a client, you know which are the areas of risk for you? Why is it important? Without knowing what's happening. Why is it important that you need to do that exercise first? Challenge not yeah. Yes, it saves life quickly, the impact. Because some disaster, you cannot prevent them. It's inevitable, disaster gonna happen. But our strategy helps people to plan better. Oguti, ama droughts if ever, our buildings are not looking good, or especially specialized on informal settlement where there's vulnerable communities. We are saying, especially like there's rivers like Alexander, there's this place called Stoetla. Every 6 months, it's either it's fires or it's flood, you know. So what we do there, we go and fly drones to check what are the area of risk so that the municipality plan better for such people. So the drone, because of its aerial advantage view, for instance, we could see that when there's a disaster, there's no evacuation site. When there's disaster, you know, and you could see that the houses that are at risk, we could see that there's no roads where it could be used by emergency personnel to rescue abantu. So that's the space you are at. We are using drones for disaster preparedness. So we are a thought leader there. I won't waste time with others, but these are the services that we offer. You know, someone mentioned security, property, and all of that. You know the drone with AI, because I think the drone is something that flies. So you keep on adding things to it. It's a payload. If you want to security or thermal camera, those was born at night operations, you know. So with security, use that thermal camera, but now we use a drone also to spray, you know, go agriculture. It's a second payload, you know. So with building condition assessment, we AI tools as well, so that the drone can check the building condition assessment. Or the building condition are tracks, are leaks. This is what we did for Liberty Chair. You know, the building here in Pumalang and Nelspruit, where all the time it gets flooded. Building so what they did, they asked us to use drones and AI to check the condition of their building. Where are the actual tracks that they can't see with the naked eyes? So do you see the power of drone technology? You can do anything. building condition, preventative maintenance, telecom space, tower inspection and all of that, agriculture, construction, building, when abantu bakha huge lines that have huge buildings, drones you can use to maintain what you call building construction monitoring. Dala, if umuntu akha a big business, especially a corporate, so the engineers will give a report to the client, guti building, say ilana. But with drone technology, just fly it every week or every month, it gives you that report. Guti building yaku, beila, say la, these are my problems. And I want you to take it back to you. Why is it better to do construction monitoring progress with the drone than a human beings, than my engineers? What are the benefits? Instead of taking 10 engineers, you go and monitor progress of the building, you report. Or you're using a drone. You're saving money, it's cost effective, because just imagine, you are asking 5 engineers to do construction. Usually it's big lines and it's big infrastructure, so you have to pay 5 engineers to do that for you. While with drone technology, you can even take the smallest drones and you fly it. You save money. It's cost effective. My advantage, I see this side. Yeah, what you see? Accuracy. Oh, you speak big English now, my baby. Accuracy, precision. If drone sees what it sees, you cannot manipulate to die this building, you pay little or I pay long. It's efficient. Accuracy, precision. It's cheaper, precise, and quicker. Human beings have to report, there's a late, benzene, but with drone, there's nothing like that, So these are the benefits. So these are the opportunities we are talking about, that you decide that when I enter the drone business, this is gonna be my specialty. I'm gonna do building condition assessment, security surveyor, disaster management. So the opportunities are endless. The next one, thank you. The next one, please. I like that the previous slides talk about mines, and there's a lot of mines in this area. I'm going to talk about that after break. Yes. So I want to go back now to finish about now. We're done with the commercial type of a business, QP. We're talking about our foundation, CSR, what is it that we do there? Another opportunity for you guys, if you are passionate about young people and all of them. These days, everyone is talking about STEM. What does STEM mean? Can someone read to us? You, Sisi, can you give us something to read for us? What does STEM mean?
Science and technology, engineering, art, and mathematics STEAM workshops.
So this is our first offering. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics workshop. So this is what we do. Like what you are happening here, we are doing a STEM workshop. So anyone that is interested in that field is in the STEM. And that's our first offering. So what we do as a company, which can become an opportunity for you, as part of us closing the digital gap. That's another way that I want you to know, guys. These days, sifundisa young people about technology. We're saying we are closing the digital gap. So speak big English, ain't it? I know you won't know all of them at the same time, okay? But one thing, no? So this is how we are closing the digital gap, because we're saying there's a lot of, from our people, because of history, we are not exposed to such. So we close the digital gap by running STEM workshop. So it's 2-day STEM workshop. Last year, especially we target rural communities, like we partnered with UNICEF, where we went to Eastern Cape, KwaZulu Natal, sibatshela ngama opportunities akhona ku STEM, ku science and all of that, So what is nice during those 2 days our workshop is we're not only talking drone technology, because there are other opportunities within the STEM. There's gaming. Please stop using games just for buying time. It's becoming a multi-billion industry. Those are a lot of opportunities there. So we teach them about girls because they think it's a boys thing, how to be a gamer, a professional gamer, after school or cricket list, you know. So we teach them about visual reality, what are the opportunities there, of course, drone technology. So this is what we do, you know, as a company to close the gap. And then, but also, what we do as well there is that we want our people to become professional in the STEM world, you know. Drone pilot, I know it's popular now, you know, but I want to pause there and ask you, Oguti, within the drone technology, do you think the only profession that is there is to become a pilot? What are the other options? Because I'm worried now. I'm seeing young people, all of them want to become a drone pilot. Why is that good, but why is not good enough? Let's come this side. Tell us by ignore. What are the other opportunities other than becoming a drone pilot in our drones?
Morning.
Morning, Baba.
Yeah. We can use drones to help the military with first aid kit, transporting them to people that actually need them, or food for people, for the survivors. We can use that.
Yeah, okay, thank you. No, okay, I'm going to come to that. I like what you have said. I'm going to come to that because already he's ahead of us. He's talking various applications, that other opportunities within drone technology is as delivery, you know? Yes, Sisi?
Data analysis.
Yes. So I like this. Why I'm excited about this, because that's a mindset engifuna sikhulume ngazo. Ukuthi it's good to be a drone pilot, but a drone it's a tool that captures data. It has information as it's flying. It sees what is happening, and so what? After you have the information, so what? You want to know the meaning of that information. You want someone to interpret that information. So that's another opportunity that is coming with tech. Data analytics, data analysis or interpretation. So other than you become a drone pilot in this space, you can become a data processing technician. Ne? And there's a lot of money. Abelungu basifihle lapho bantwana bami. Ngoba babona thina sithanda ubafashion ukufly ama-drone. You know? So you want to say something about it, big data, the opportunities there, or later maybe? Later, yes. So it's important that we know that there are other opportunities. You can become a data process technician, or I'm a drone le. Do you think I sometimes? Do you have incidents where the drone fell down or? Yes. Don't you think it's an opportunity for us? There is. We need someone to process and maintain our drone as well. Another opportunity for you. Software engineer, data analytics, maintenance, and all of that. So I'm saying that don't be fixated if you are keen in this industry and want to. If you are a drone pilot, link it to the application. You are a drone pilot, but you wanted to link it to delivery, or you are a drone pilot, building condition assessment, drone pilot, security, and all of that. Ne? But you can do whatever. So this is what we are training people on. And then the last one, as a thought leader, okay, the other thing that I forgot to mention, as a thought leader in disaster risk management, this is what also we do. We train unemployed youth, especially in informal settlement and rural areas, to become disaster risk management using drone technology. And what we do as well, we offer conferences. So that's the space that you can think of as well. Gutimina, I love events. So my business, I'm going to do events that is specifically talking to drone technology. You know? And for us, it's another way of claiming the space as a thought leader in drone technology. We are the first company in I can proudly say that. We are the first company in South Africa that has hosted such a conference where you're saying you can use drone to respond to disaster, to respond to climate change. You know, so anything is possible. It's you deciding and be brave and execute. Okay, so this is what we offer as well. We offer conferences. You had 2 successful conferences. This year is the 3rd one. And what is good about that as a thought leader, we are able to invite everyone that you wanted to invite. You know, UN agencies we work with, corporate, mines, and all of that, you know. So watch the space for yourself as well, guys. And the last one, we use drones to respond to humanitarian aids or disaster. As I said that if there's incident, then we do search and rescue. We put we add the camera. We call it the thermal camera that you can use at night to search and rescue for people that are in trouble. The next one, please. Okay, this good here is going to be quick. These are the example of where our workshop I was talking about, where we say we train youth or young people in high school. You see the other one, Sakumuzi. We brought the 3D printing machine, so he was able to print his name. So our workshop is very interactive, you know, and visual reality. And here is where we're training youth in Alexander on becoming disaster risk champions using drones. You also do master class because there are people that know the drones but don't understand the value. The next one, please. Can you play that video? It's very short. It's one of our clients. It's important that when you pitch, you show people that the clients are supporting you. I don't hear the volume, but if it doesn't play, it's okay. But why there is strategic as well. If you decide to choose a space, you know, you need to know who are the we call it ecosystem actors. Who are the people that are making decisions here? So for us, because we're talking climate change, UN agencies, they are big in climate change. Hence, we partnered with UNICEF South Africa to support our project. So the lady here, she was heading UNICEF South Africa. She's talking about the project that we are training unemployed youth in Alexander to become disaster management champion. Okay, so we can move because it's not playing. Okay, this one, I'll be quick as well, is the project that made us actually receive so many awards because of the project that we did in Alexander using drone for disaster preparedness. You see that SK River, so there's floods every 6 months and people are losing houses and lives. The next one, please. Also, when we do disaster, we're not only talking about floods. We do what you call fire, because fire is so what we do, we did simulation as well. That's another key opportunities for you when you predict things. That when there's no floods at the moment. Just imagine that for now we don't have floods, but just part of a disaster preparedness, you predict that when the floods come and they reach about 10% of the place or 50%, then this is gonna be the damage. You quantify what's gonna happen even before it happens. We call that simulation. So we did water simulation, we did fire simulation. Thank you. The next slide, please. The conferences I'm talking about, I say pictures don't lie, you know, so these are the conferences, our first conferences, which became a success, and strategically for us, the conferences are in Cape Town. Why are we not having the conference in Gauteng? We're from Gauteng, but why not Gauteng? Why do you think we have this conference in Cape Town? Yes, ma'am.
Because I think Cape Town is mostly where we receive most of the climate changes within our country.
Thank you. Thank you for that input. Yes?
Thanks. I also just want to add, there's a lot of vineyards in Cape Town. So if you're using it for agriculture point of view, that's where your target market is.
Yes, yes. Thank you for opportunity for you if you want to specialize using drone for agriculture. There's a lot of wine farms there, you know? Thanks for those intelligent guesses. It's true. But you know what, guys, ne? We've been pitching to KwaZulu-Natal. Remember KwaZulu-Natal had a lot of problem with floods. That we are into that space. Let's partner. IGauteng basijikisa senza njani? Saye KwaZulu-Natal. Yasijikisa Say Cape Town. That Cape Town, we want to have this conference because the importance of the conference, we create a platform for all the stakeholders that wants to engage about climate change solutions. I'm a Hackathon, we've got young people. I hope this year they'll be joining us, the winner, Hackathon conference, Akuluma, with a bigger audience, global audience, by the way, not only South African. They didn't, but Cape Town is the only province that said, oh, you're talking technology, come on board. What is the lesson here, guys, for us? Did I give up? Did we give up, no, Sharon? That Gauteng is rejecting us? KwaZulu-Natal is rejecting us? Did you stop continue with the conference? But what is the lesson here? As a person and in business. Say it louder. Never give up. It's your own vision. Keep on trying. You'll be rejected. It's painful. I don't know how many times I try. When was the last time I tried Choma? On Wednesday. You think, I think I've got everything. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an award winner. Hey, gumnande. Nyakala, guys. Gonzima. You know. But you know what? What I've learned in life, nyakala for that day. The following day is another day. Said, come, let's have a glass of wine, Choma. Let's look for other opportunities. You know, so obviously KwaZulu-Natal was very strategic to partner with them because the world knew what happened in KwaZulu-Natal, but they rejected us. And the lesson there, I'm gonna summarize about to have a strong vaccine, a rejection vaccine. You know, Cape Town adopted us. So sometimes they say the door is not locked, it's closed. Okay, so the conference happened, it has grown, it's becoming successful. This year is going to be bigger, the third installment. Another slide, please, the next one, please. So in our short life as being a startup in drone technology, these are the companies that have worked with us. And we have been intentional about these guys. Sometimes they didn't come to us, they didn't even know about our existence. Murut, they didn't know about us. Creepy that. You know, we approach them because we are brave. We believe in our solution. And a lot of others that we approach, it's just sometimes the ones, okay, let's give you a chance and sponsor our conference. Sometimes, guys, is one of the biggest insurance corporate giants in South Africa. But they gave us a chance because we kept on knocking in different doors. So perseverance and believing in a solution. You know, UNICEF. Guys, it's not everyone that can work with the UN agency, but because we believe in the vision, we prayed about it, we brainstormed about it, and it happened. So we are lucky that we're able. Innovation Hub, we're working from the garage at our homes, but Innovation Hub gave us an opportunity as an incubator. You know, so we're working there 3 months, mahala, not paying rent. They've got the most beautiful facilities. Our office is there, bathroom is there, internet is there. Our client, when they come about UNICEF, now sometimes they impress. Whole government, Innovation Hub is a government agency. We approached them, they gave us a space, but now we're paying the rent. Yeah, but at least we needed them the first 3 years, you know. So these are the partners. Liberty gave us business and all of that. So I'm saying, guys, it's possible. It's not easy, though. I won't be lying. As I said, that there are days that I try as well. It's an emotional roller coaster day, a journey. Sometimes you've got good days, sometimes good, but you shouldn't give up, you know. God has a greater plan for all of us, okay? Amen for that. Okay, telecom, can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. I think we were also humble about the acknowledgement, you know, and the accolade that you keep on getting as a startup. You know, I think the chair mentioned some of the accolades. It's just that we love pictures here. Is that last year I traveled to Washington to accept the award for humanitarian award, you know. And what is funny, guys, we did only one, we call it use case in business, where you test your concept with one side. We did, which was Alexander, but because we were passionate to help the communities there, it's giving us all these awards. So you don't have to do big things in business and then, hey, I've landed. Small things. So that's a lesson that I'm going to share with you later. So Humanitarian Award in Washington for our work in Alexander and training the unemployed youth and high school learners. We mentioned the others. I won't go through the list, telecom and all of that. And then the recent one that we're very excited about, which was presented by the president, of course, Innovation Award. You know, so these are the pictures and all of that. But what is nice, we're discussing with Sharon, that what is nice, ever since we won this Innovation Award, all these potential clients, we've been begging for business. They are coming back to us. All these guys you've been saying, sifuna ukwakha i-manufacturing factory because it's great employment. Bangasinaki. Now they're phoning us. When are you available? We are the ones saying, no, it's too much. Now I'm studying. Maybe next week. And our CEO, Mr. Jack, is saying, you cannot say no to business, you know? So these things do pay off with perseverance and believing in the solution. So they're all coming out because they're seeing that other people are believing in our product. The next one, please. Okay, these are the pictures again, what happens with our conferences and all of that. To see, can you go back to that slide again? Do you know this lady with the brown suit? Can someone tell us who is she? The older people know better. The lady with the brown suit is occupying a very senior position in government at the corner. Mpumalanga. Anazi abantu benu and ngathi uphuma la yazi. Animazi. Oh, oh, maybe it didn't make sense. What's her name? Ms. Tembing Kadimeng. It's the current minister for COGTA. COGTA is the national department responsible for disasters and all of that. You know, who does that, guys? Who does that and invites the minister come and open the conference? It's confidence, nothing else. You have so much confidence about ourselves. And they do show up. And people say, oh, you're lucky, you're not greedy. Look at you. No, we work hard. You don't sleep, guys. We don't sleep. Because that's the other thing that I need to share with you. That put on the hard work, put on an effort, it does pay off. There's no way you can spend so many hours, things doesn't show up. So yeah, so this is what I wanted to share, that company from UK, agencies from UN agencies from UK came and supported us during our conference. So it's all possible because we want to have a diversified people talking the issue of climate change, how we can solve solution. The next one, also the conference, we have gala dinner. I'm not advertising, by the way, Chair. I'm just sharing our journey, you know. So we have gala dinner, it's nice. So anyone, maybe let's make this commitment even now, that anyone who wins that the hackathon, you'll be coming there mahala, you're not paying anything. Okay, so we're cut, guys. So you'll be meeting all these people, okay? Yes. You don't sound excited.
I thought you guys would be clapping hands and saying, wow.
That's one prize for you. I know there are others, but this one is that you'll be going to Cape Town flying to meet all these stakeholders and pitching again to fund your solution that you propose here in church. Okay? So someone has to fund it. So all the social impact funders will be there in the conference. Okay, the next one, the gala dinner. This is the second one. Everybody complains about the drone regulation. Good is we want to enter the space, it's difficult. Yes, it's supposed to be difficult, guys. The truth needs to be told. We're talking aviation here. And aviation safety is everything. If a drone goes down, what's going to happen? Damage to people, to infrastructure, you know. But you were also saying that the rules shouldn't be so much difficult that people like ourselves can't enter the space, you know. So hence, within the drone conference, we have the experts, the gurus, the thought leaders in regulation, aviation, and drone industry to tell us how can we access cheaper. You know, because for instance, you know, I don't know if you're aware that you cannot decide. So the panel with all the men on the right is people that are regulators, they make rules, others, they advocacy, they respond to the rules. Why drone drone industry is so difficult for people to get license. For instance, as a company, you need to have a license, you call it an ROC, and it's a lot of money, about 200,000. Who has that 200,000? Black child, we don't have, but we need to enter the market. As a drone pilot, you need at least about 30,000. Who has that money? You know, and also we are very innovative. We saw big things in China. When you want to fly other drones here, they say that we can't, you know. So these are the people that challenge the system, that make it cheaper for a black child, make it accessible so that they're able to create jobs or get employed. Okay, so the other one is people from all the way from World Food Program, from Madagascar, joining us. The next one, please. Okay, the last two slides, I think, is the reason why we're here. I don't know whether we have to take 2 minutes break or I continue with the 2 slides. Should I continue? Okay, okay. Before I go there, I need to mention something. We mentioned that the drones can be used for different applications, you know about that, security, maintenance, and all of that. There are a lot of opportunities. Actually, every sector uses drones. Ne? Even tourism, instead of people from overseas coming to see the places, they can do what they call visual tours. So every sector actually is using drones. So those are the various opportunities for drones. And there's types of drones. There's a drone that is a multi-router. I didn't bring it today, sorry about that. A multi-router, the small drones that you use in filming, the Phantom, you know, it flies for a shorter time. There's a drone that we call is a fixed wing, which is like an aeroplane, flies for a longer time, you know. And there's a drone that you call a VTOL. It's a combination of a fixed wing and multi-router. The difference between the two is that the VTOL can launch anywhere. You can put it here and it can fly and can land anywhere. So those are types of drones. What determines the types of drones is because of their functionality. Do you want it to use for security or for disaster? So you change it accordingly. So those are the things that I wanted to, and also to say, for you to be a drone pilot, you need to be 18, you know, you need to do a medical test. Like aeroplanes, you do a medical test, but with aeroplanes, it's class 1, which is very difficult. With drone, it's easier, medical test, eye test, and all of that. You know, otherwise, most of you qualify to become drone pilot. But not everyone, I said, could be a drone pilot. We can be maintenance and all of that, okay? So I thought, let me emphasize that. And I was reflecting yesterday that as a person, because I've been in business for a long time, what I think has made things work. Other times I fail. It's important to fail, by the way. You know that, ne? Why is it important sometimes to fail? Just imagine if I was successful in everything I wanted to do, what was going to happen? Why is it important that when you fail, we are color, but the following day we are voga, you embrace failure, you start up again? Why is it important that you need to embrace failure? No more failure skoleni, no more failure with business. Why you need to celebrate that? Because you come out being positive, but being there's someone at the back there. Why is it important that we need to embrace failure? I had a lot of failures in my business, yes.
It's important to embrace your failure because we learn from our mistakes, and it can easily be easy to acknowledge from our knowledge.
Yes, yes, thank you. You learn. You always learn something out of them. Thank you for that input. So, personally, sir, thank you, Sissy.
When you fail, sometimes when you come up with new ideas from the bad ideas that you came up with.
Good. I'm happy that good. Okay. I made a mistake here. It's not only the environment. Sometimes you need to say, okay, I made a mistake, and some of the things that I have there, that I make a mistake, but what am I learning? Thank you so much, girlfriend. So personally, as a person, this business trade and personally. So I think what makes one arrive where she is now is that I'm lucky that I've been always have what they call high entrepreneurial orientation. You know, I'm always thinking businesses, and all of that, What do we mean when we say a person is in a high entrepreneur orientation? You take risk, and maybe she'll share what are the risks that I took that scared her. Take risk, I mean, traveling to China and leaving my kids. I'm a mother of 3 girls. But I love them to Ankatali, I want to learn about drone technology. And strong. I've always been like that. I take risk, So I saw that I take a lot of risk, but calculated risk. Sometimes it pay off, sometimes it leads in pain. And also I'm proactiveness. If you check our strategy in business, we check all the untapped market. We don't do like everyone is doing security, drone security, which is good because South Africa has a lot of crime. But there are other opportunities that no one is doing. Disaster preparedness, So you need to be proactive. Don't wait to go to business, be fashioning. Check the untapped spaces, And innovative, how do we do it differently? With the drone technology, we're doing different from our competitors. We train people to become disaster risk managers. We host conferences. We also map vulnerable communities that are so we've been innovative. We try everything to become a thought leader by being innovative in disaster management. Okay, so that's what I saw as a person. I'm always pushing. This is an example of drone technology, but I've always been doing that. Okay, a visionary. I must say that I was very fortunate. Guys, I'm not being arrogant, but also allow me to be honest. Yes, I know a typical black child, sikhule sihlupheka, uhlala nogogo ongasebenzi, umama, single mother, and all of that. I think, Murut, I was blessed in that aspect. I never had those challenges where I had to worry about Nyodlani, how do I go to school, inform my textbook. I was raised by my grandmother, My grandmother was the first principal, lady principal in Gauteng. The baby is a transfer to be principal. She was the first one. So just imagine being raised by such a woman who was the first woman. And I mean, how many? I'm 56. My grandmother, we have 100 years. But those days, she was able to become the first principal. So I was so lucky. I was raised by a leader already, or shift my boundaries, And she taught me something that I'm still applying good business. And I was still very young, 8, 10 years, what she called MBO. But you need to manage your life. MBO stands management by objective. You need to have a plan for your life. My other name is Sonto. Sonto, have a plan for your life. What is it that you want to see you achieving in the next year, in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years? And what is the strategy you use to monitor yourself? Weekly, monthly, yearly, and all of that. So she did a very great thing for me. And by the way, she got the post in Magalai with bank, and then they moved to Pretoria. It's a coincidence, Choma. Yes. So being raised by someone who's very visionary and management by objective. That's a big English we are taught, masiku corporate sebenza. But she'll say, what are your MBOs? She's a new year now. Tell me. Let's sit down. So I'm happy, may her soul rest in peace, and because that, it made me to be results driven. Mina angifuni ukwenza into ngabona ama results. Mangabona ama results, I live and continue, move on. And this is how also I try to drive the team at the office. That let's see our results. We cannot be here for 12 months is kulma into one, but that's bona ama results. And also the issue of self-reflection. I do self-reflection a lot. In my business journey, I realized that I was in training, I was in consulting, but the market is becoming saturated. What is it that I can do differently? What are my weaknesses? What are my strengths? Whatever, So I do that all the time. It's in me. So I'm lucky with God, bless me with those traits. And I always learn what worked, what didn't work. And where I see that I've got gray areas, I invest on myself. It's either in your school or you attend a workshop. Nina like you guys. You don't have to go and do more masters at 50 like me. You in a YouTube, a workshop, so always try to self-develop yourself in the space you are passionate about. Show up like today and keep on doing that. Ne? If they invite you and then go YouTube instead and build banbani influence about 10,000. Check in your peers that are into innovation. Ne? So invest in yourself, but constructively. I'm not saying ningadlali, but also have a visionary MBO. How do I want to see myself and the value I'm bringing back to the community and the family in the next 10 years and all of that. Accountability. You must account. I realized that I made a big mistake. Moguti, I wanted to do a manufacturing so much that I miss on other opportunities. I mean, I've been saying I've built TVET college in artisan school. So maybe for me, business like maybe for me, I should have focused on training academy first before I go to manufacturing. But I was so obsessed in manufacturing, I spent 2 years without money, without anything, you know. So it's important that sometimes admit yourself. When you apologize to yourself. Have a self-conversation. Good, I did this, okay, I made a mistake. It's not the world that did that mistake, it's me. But then you learn better. And apologize to all the people that you have hurt in the process. I always apologize to my kids. Guti, sometimes I became an absent mother because I was pushing my business agenda. You understand? So sometimes have conversation, you know, with people that are sponsoring all the time, Sharon, but I'm sorry I'm doing this. I hope one day it will pay off. So, blame umhlaba ukuthi hayi mina vele ugogo wami washona ngina 2 years akunabazali. Nkosi yami siyazi but move on, nangithi guys. So, you know, don't define your life with what's happening. Acknowledge it. Get counseling if you need to. Talk to friends, to your aunt, to umfundisi, but move on. So that's accountability, saying sorry, and also being humble. I'm a drone queen, you I'm a black woman. After 5 years, some of you, where are you in your life? And they are more than welcome. We'll leave you Central Shia. We'll leave you our details to contact us if you need information. But I'll prefer maybe as coordinator, whatever interest you have, questions that you have, you know. No. So we are available to access, but you can't help everyone at the same time. So if it's coordinated, you know. So be humble. Don't forget, like when you move up, carry other people with you. Angithi ningathi basenhlala emasentini you forget abantu basemakhaya angithi sis please. So the other thing, be optimistic. I mentioned that time and again. Be positive, and that's what helped me. I'm always thinking of positive things, that I want to enter into this business, I want to be a manufacturer, and it's going to happen. I always tell our chair, Ngati, whether Abarata, South Africa, Abarati, I'm going to manufacture these drones. I've been saying that for the last 4 years, and it's going to happen, girl. Okay, it's going to happen, you know. What's my secret? I pray about things. I have mentors, you know, I get advice and all of that. Okay, so that I think all this what I've mentioned, I think that made me grow and to achieve the things that we have. So, but on business, I think I mentioned some of the things that we try to have what you call first mover competitive advantage, you know, first mover advantage. So we try to tap in the opportunities where no one is seeking. Like local manufacturing, you wanted to be the first, but it didn't happen, so we lost. So that's the lesson. When it comes to manufacturing, because other people are already manufacturing drones, we have lost the first mover advantage. But that does not mean you are not going back. We've got the prototype now. A prototype is a drone that you build to test it. You know, we have it. It's going to happen, but it happened late. You know, so as much as you've lost something to be the first one in the country, but still you're going to come back, be a better person. Actually, our drone is going to be better and commercial viable now, because what is happening now, we are building a drone that is talking to the pain of the client. Before bengifuna nje kwakhama drone, manje I'm checking where are the drone really needed. Okay, so sometimes things are becoming, the timing's everything. It's a blessing in disguise, you know. And use case, I'm talking especially to entrepreneurs, that sometimes you pitch to the client, they don't believe in a solution. Do something of filler without any funding, bootstrapping. Alexander, when we started, there was no funding. Doing 4-hour workshop with the kids and unemployed, there was no funding. We decided to go and do that on our own. So do that as well. If our totally funding, you don't get partners and all of that, do something on own, but but make a big noise out of it. And why you make a big noise out of it? Because people will know about it. Now you like you guys, unlike us, there's social media and all, and that's my secret. Everything that I do, I post to all the social media. And they're like, wow, we love what we saw. It's working. So don't wait to have all the resources in the world to launch your business, okay? And the issue of collaboration, you can't do everything by yourself. That's what helps us as a business. If you get big businesses, we collaborate with other people and all of that, So collaboration is a new innovation now. Social capital and human capital, social capital, by strength is network. I'm blessed with, I think because one is humble, to know a lot of people. I'm able to go back, but even if I know, I ask Mfundisi, so that's what God has blessed with me. But also, where I've got weaknesses, I mentioned, I develop myself. That we call human capital. Human capital, it means, Bantanabami, and you've got an experience. You've got a qualification and experience for it. We call it human capital. Social capital means that was network, support business. So it's easy as all that. Lean startup, kudala. Companies that were successful because they had 500 employees. But technology, you can't afford that. You run lean. You see all the hours we're getting. You think that you've got how many employees? 50 employees. And full-time, they're about 6 or 7. But you collaborate. So don't wait for you to have a lot of resources. In my previous life, I used to have 18 consultant, management consultant. If I have project, I can't pay their bills. So in tech, that's a lesson that let me avoid to have big employees that leads to high salary bill. LinkedIn, guys, your marketing is also part of running lean startup. If you run a business, So what we do, LinkedIn, it's a free platform where you market your business, And I must say, 90%, Muruti, 90% of our business we got from LinkedIn. Do you know LinkedIn? Oh, Nayo, this student. Yes, guys, it's where all the business people are there, the clients are there. So instead of using your LinkedIn to show, if I set your shoes, your hairstyle, for business, use LinkedIn for business things. It's free marketing, but you reach global audience. So that's our secret. We didn't have to go and pitch to clients physically, wasting money. We're running lean. Use LinkedIn, we got most of the clients there. Profit with a purpose, I think that's the other thing that helps us in business. As much as we are a QP commercial business, but we've got this South African Flying Lab through Agabe, where we do social impact. Social impact is what we're doing now, where we empower with the local communities. Pivoting and iteration and adaptability. It's important that, as I said, that if something doesn't work, do something, try something, improve it, go back, try something, improve it. It's not working, you move. So I want to check with you. There's a clear example where I pivoted. I think I've spoken about 2 examples where I pivoted in my business, where I changed my business model. Can you share those examples? Decide, we go to business model. Ngoba something was not working, ngashintsha noma ngiyabuyela futhi. What did I say? Where I pivoted, I changed how I used to run business.
You changed your goal from manufacturing drones to services.
Louder, 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 louder.
You changed your manufacturing goal to providing services to the community.
Thank you. You're listening. As much as I love manufacturing, I was not getting traction, Still the drone space, ngaya ku services, you know? And then I go services, ngoba kunama challenges, ROC that nan, good training, nan. So you pivot and iterate. Ungabi stereotype, because that's what we call, don't know I have it here, that don't fall in love with your solution, but the pain of the client. I love manufacturing so much. No matter patale ma bills inga for 5 years, I'm still want to manufacture. No, you try other things as long as you apply the same knowledge. So that's important. Nan kalama business, or you have solutions. If it doesn't work, but don't change quickly. You just adapt it a bit. Ne? And the last one, that as I said, that it's important that our businesses, we always have mentors and sponsor. Can someone tell me what's the difference between a mentor and a sponsor? Does someone know? Why is it important that a startup, you need to have a mentor and a sponsor? Oh, now go move and then when? The one at the back?
So, a mentor is a person who advises on decisions that you make on your life, that helps you to make better choices in life. And then a sponsor is someone who helps you financially. Thank you.
Oh. Sikowa. Abantu bakhuluma uGeorge eWitbank. Thank you, baby. There's another one.
A mentor, I think a mentor is a person that takes you through the process or whatever journey you're embarking on. And a sponsor is a person that introduced you to the opportunity.
Whoa. Hey, guys. Niashisa. All of you had it. You just ace it. You are all right that with a mentor advises you, coaching you, and do all of that to your path. But it's important, by the way, with if you sponsor, mentor, I want to be mentored by you. You need to know what part of mentoring you want, be specific. Ne? But the sponsor is a person that handholds you in every aspect. I got to go where, why don't you go to Investec to give you business? She takes you and introduces you to Investec people, you know. And I must say, I'm lucky. Please stand up, Sharon. She's my sponsor. Stand up. Please, let me tell you that. This is the force behind. She sponsors me. And it doesn't have to be financial all the time. You know, but make sure that your business become lucrative as a person. You know, we need to have that in our life. So need to differentiate. But don't think sponsors they give you money of the time. But they give you access to opportunities to make things happen for you. Okay, whether you business, no matter you're not in business. So this is what helps happen. I think those are the tips that I want to share with you that has worked for us. Ne? Oh, sorry, I thought I'm finished. Now my presentation is becoming long. I'm sorry, Chair. Okay, my pains and gains. You know, pains and gains. Usually, if you pitch again, you pitch to your client, you must have a slide where you share your pains and gains, like what you're doing right. What are your problems, are your challenges, you know? So my pains and gains as an entrepreneur, obviously it's so nice that we never imagined. By this time, we've been recognized in awards, accolades globally, nationally by our president and otherwise, you know, and we're humble. But what is it saying to us? People are hearing us out. They believe in our solution and they're saying, what you're doing, continue to do. So that's our biggest achievement and milestone, you know. And also making drone fashionable. I'm called a drone queen because I love drones, you know. So that's also nice, and we love that. That's okay. We're talking drone in 2018. No one heard us, but everybody, when they take drone, I get WhatsApp. Did you see this about drones? Did you see how? So we are becoming a household brand. You know, so those are some of our milestones, you know. But also what we love, closing the digital divide, you know. We went to the Eastern Cape School 2 years ago doing the 4-hour workshop. We identified one learner who very smart. She wanted to become a gynecologist. After the exposure of imaging technology, she changed her mind. And she won a hackathon and went to Switzerland. So this is impactful. So these are the stories that we love. How do we change your life and your mindset because of exposure? You know, everyone is talking about climate change. It's a reality. we're losing life, you know, we're losing infrastructure, you know. So that's also been our game, that you are making difference. Kancane nje, we are contributing to climate change realities, you know. But also my pain, I've shared already, Guti, I was in love with my solution in manufacture instead of checking what's the pain of the client. And then number two, the mistake that I made also, I mentioned that I was focusing only on manufacturing. Instead, Guti, I should have used the expertise that I had for all these years in business of training, immediately opening a training academy. I'm opening it now, but I should open it that time I would have been far. And the last one is that you go through the emotional roller coaster. I ask you, the last time I tried was this Wednesday, because there's a client that is a big corporate. We've been pitching it to them for 2 years, wanting business with other colleagues there. And when I got this one lady who said, QP, I want to give you business, come to my office. And I was so excited, looking forward to that presentation. That day, the office is in Sandton. I stay in Pretoria. So from my house to Sandton is usually 45 minutes, but I usually give myself an hour, okay? So, but that day, last day, Wednesday, all of a sudden, I plan 1.5, I give myself 1.5 allowance to travel. Got an accident, the N1. I couldn't reach the client. And unfortunately, her phone was off, while 10, the time of the meeting. And she was so angry and annoyed. She thought that I'm making an excuse by traffic. She was so angry. I tried to call her. No, I've lost that business. You know? So it doesn't mean that everything, we are uptight, everything is good. There are those days. But guess what? She called me the following day. I'm sure I was not taking chances. And she's saying, I'm going to make sure I love your solution. I'm going to give you everything that you want. Let's talk. So, yeah, so we do go through that, yeah. So I think I'm going to end there by saying, what is our future, where we're going to as a business? Obviously, because we are becoming popular in doing disaster preparedness with drones, we want to do that nationally, not only in small province like Eastern Cape, we're going there and all of that, and also executing our manufacturing dream, because we've won an award. And the award, the way manufacturers and all of that, they're approaching us to support us in the manufacturing dream. And obviously, I need to finish this PhD. Because why the PhD is so important for me? What do you think? The PhD in drone technology. Or maybe I'm wasting my time, chums. Why is it important that I need to acquire and finish this degree, PhD? Do you know PhD, by the way? Drones. But why do you think it's important that I finish that? It's difficult, guys. Like, I'm exhausted, we don't sleep, no muruti. But why is it important? I need to have that. Yes, Sissy?
I think that is going to bring about a lot of opportunities to your business.
Yes, that's number one. I mean, I met Umfundis Lapanagu at class in a PhD. I'm here today. You understand? And the other opportunity that is brings up, my study is about drone adoption by coal mines. And I've chosen Mpumalanga. So that's an opportunity that I've got, but because I was studying. So the network that you get was that, but other than that, you become what? I said you become a what? Start with a T. Make me happy, my slice, no? Make me happy. I become a thought leader, all of you. In drone technology, no? And I want to leave you by saying, guys, I want you to be a thought leaders in your chosen field, okay? Whether in business or you are being employed. So, obviously, I'm exiting the business. I know you'll be shocked. You know, when you pitch to people, especially in manufacturing, they ask you, when are you leaving the business? That's a global practice, guys. You cannot be saying you want to be a business forever and ever and ever. You need to have an exit plan. Sometimes as a founder, you come with good concept, but you're going to last off corner. Instead, so you delay business. you know. So there's a strategy for me that when business at peak in 2 years' time, I hope we'll be reaching our peak in 2 years' time. I'll step up as a CEO, but the chairperson, I'll sit in the bed, an executive chairperson. And after 2 years, after being a chairperson, and then I'll sell the business, or I start off. Because sengikhulile, but ngiyangilong gijima njalo ngama-drone, Nkosi yami. You know, but that's a strategy. This is what the investors are telling you as well, that there's a time as a founder of the business, you need to step aside and let other people take over. So it's not in bad faith, but it's being strategic. But not now, 4 to 5 years, you know. So all is possible, black child. Show up like you've done. Improve yourself. Don't allow your current situation to say so it means it's going to be your future. Change that, you know. Develop a rejection vaccination. You're going to be rejected. We pitch to 50 clients, but you get one business for the nine babang abakfuni, but unga give up, and the door is closed, not locked. I want to show you the drone that we built. That you're going to be manufacturing. I don't know if your video is adlal. If you're adlal, it's fine. Press, but it's fine. Yeah, that's the drone. It's making an announcement. We use it during COVID time. We tested it. When we say
coronavirus, ikumbela vaakatiko kutsama emakaya va huma ntsena loko swi boha. Hlambani mavoko a n'wina nkarhi na nkarhi. Basisani laha mi tshamaku kona. Loko mi ri van'wini, siyani mpfhuka exikarhi ka n'wina. A khensa. Gina mera mangena maripe wa greatest.
I didn't want it to waste time, but I wanted to show you. That's the drone that we are building. It's a prototype that was tested during the COVID. It's using disaster management to make announcement saying that be careful, observe your protocol, but you can use the same drone for security. Hence, I'm saying that you are bringing back the manufacturing, although it started late. Let me say thank you for your time, but 1 minute to Sharon is something that you wanted to add. Just one, please, on my journey.
Yes, yeah, we're going to have a short question and answer session, but I want Sharon to address something. I put that in the back of my mind because it's maybe it's kind of it's a good way, but it's also an area that I have got very vested interest in: big data. You know, in the past few years, I think in the past 3 or 4 years or so, the entire world, we've collected so much data that it is more than what we have collected over 60 years, but in only 3 to 4 years. And we need people who are going to analyze that data and tell us the story. So Sharon is here. She's going to help us with big data.
Thank you so much. Can we start by giving Queen a round of applause? Wasn't she just amazing? Well done, Queen. So yeah, I just kind of like snuck into the agenda a little bit, yes. So I'm Sharon. I work for one of the leading ICT companies in South Africa. Also a business owner, also a mom and chairperson of the Agape board, so wearing a number of hats. And what I've seen within the ICT space is that there are some clear trends that we can see. In the past, you know, retailers, wholesalers, financial services have a lot of customers. And obviously having a lot of customers, there's a lot of information, right? So there's information about who's the customer, where do they stay. Then there's information about the customer's consumption patterns. So what are they buying? How are they buying it? Where are they buying it? And we find that in the past, that information wasn't really used. So all this information was just sitting there on computers or servers. A server is actually just a massive computer. And companies weren't using that information. But now with the age of AI, artificial intelligence, And also with the age of cloud, what companies are now doing is they are actually collecting all of that information, and instead of storing it on a server that sits in somebody's office somewhere, they are now storing this information centrally in a cloud. So a cloud is like a massive data center. So it means now that organizations don't have to have these servers everywhere. They store the information in a cloud. So even like Google is a cloud, Facebook is a cloud. Now what they are doing, they are taking that information and they are using AI, artificial intelligence. So we are humans and we have human intelligence, but now machines, you know, they're taking over, right? The robots, they're taking over. So what they are doing is taking this information and they are analyzing it, right? And when they analyze it, you can now be able to use that information to affect business outcomes, right? So just like with the drones collects information, a drone can collect information that can tell you, for example, in the farming area, where do you need more water? And now that intelligence can actually help a farmer to say, actually, we can put less water in this space and put more water in that space. That is intelligence that you get from collecting and analyzing information. Now, all industries are doing this, right? So there's a lot of job opportunities in cloud computing, data analysis, and now developing applications like software development, system development, everything around the cloud, big data, and analytics. So if you decide as a career to go into that area, you definitely guaranteed to have a good job. But I think also from a job creation perspective, you can now go and develop applications that are cloud-based, that are AI-based, that look at analytics, you know, that look at machine learning, and all of those things, which is the latest technology trends. So as you know, in South Africa, we have a situation where our unemployment rate is like almost half, right? So what that means is that when only half of the population is employed, it means the other half doesn't have money and access to be able to buy things, buy services, buy houses, buy things that you need on a daily basis, be able to afford education. So that is a real socio-economic problem that we have in our country. So you now, as you're sitting there today, you need to ask yourself, right? Are you gonna be part of the 50% that is unemployed, that doesn't have an income and has to actually depend on the government for a grant? Or are you going to be part of the 50% that is part of the employment, but also part of the entrepreneurial community that is able to create services, that is able to actually create new ventures? So that's kind of what I want to leave you with today, to say, in the technology space, there's so many opportunities in cloud, in collecting, gathering, and analyzing information, in machine learning, in AI and analytics. These are all the new trends that exist that can actually help you to take you to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sharon. I'm going to give you guys opportunity to ask questions. If there is anyone with a question, we are almost about to close. Any questions? There is a question here. Can I take at least 3 questions at a time? Any other hands? I see there's a hand there. There's 2 this side. Okay, you can start. Let her start. We'll come back, take another round of questions.
I wanted to ask Miss Queen, when she found out she was interested in the tech manufacturing and giving services about drones and technology.
When did she find out?
Yes.
Okay. Next question.
Hi, I wanted to ask Ms. Queen the same a question that since she's a drone manufacturer and she's providing services, I wanted to ask her that are the drones heat and water resistant in case of extreme heat on a random Saturday or on a daily basis?
Wow, okay. Yeah, what a question. I love it. There was another question here.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm inspired. I must say I'm really inspired. I've got 3 questions actually. The first one is on the monetization of thought leadership. You mentioned, I think, conferences and training, but how do you, is there other opportunities of monetizing thought leadership? Yeah, because I don't know if you're making profit, all your profit coming from training and conferences. So if you can just clarify that. And then the second one was on partnerships. Specifically, if you want to partner but you don't have money, how do you approach your partners? What value proposition do you put forth to them? You know, so I wanna specifically, if you don't have money to pay people to build your drone or do something like that, what kind of value propositions do you take to your partners? And then the last one was on diversifying. I've been in cybersecurity for 16 years now, and things like drone and cybersecurity issues. What are some of the maybe opportunities for diversification into those areas as well? Are you looking at that? Is it maybe a future business opportunity for you, or what are your thoughts on diversifying? Thanks.
Okay, thank you for the questions. I have noted you, and I've noted you for the next round of questions.
The hints. Thank you. Okay, the first one was on, actually there's another opportunity. I want to build a mateki for people like ourselves that we pitch formally, but you put on a teki sneakers. so that you don't have to change when you drive to slippers to this, yeah. So that's an opportunity for us. Okay, the first question was on when did I find interest in drone technology? When? Ne? Yes. As I said, that I was very intentional. I decided before that I want to go to technology, but I was not sure which technology. So I mentioned earlier that I said, let me go back to school and find a qualification that will expose me to different types of technology, and that was VETS. So I went to VETS, and one of the modules was talking about various technologies. But what talked to me was drone technology that I could relate, that is not too complicated. It's a business that I could do. And then over and above that, then because China was leading in drone technology, that's why I went to China to acquire more knowledge about drone technology. So it started like that. I wanted to be in technology, but I didn't know which one. So the school exposed me, and I chose the country that will expose me further, and I came back. This is what happened. Then it answers your question. Okay, thank you. And then as to weather resistance, as if you know our story and journey, that was the pain we wanted to solve when we went into manufacturing. Because we realized that the drone that we have, we buy them from China, from US, but they don't have the same weather conditions like in Africa. In Africa, you've got extreme heat, you've got storms and all of that, and unfortunately, our drones don't last,
So the first business model was to build drones that are weather resistant, meaning that they are resistant to water and wind and all of that. Although in aviation, it's a bit difficult to say a drone will fly even if it's too windy or it's too rain. It's like an aeroplane. An aeroplane can survive the storm, but if it becomes too much, it checks the place where it can land, you know. But I was worried that the drone that we buy, they're not weather resistant. So hence I saw the gap there. I thought we'll implement that, but life happened. But I must say, after that, that was 2018. But now I see our competitors, especially Chinese, they are building those type of weather resistant drone. But still there's a market for it because in Africa, we know our weather better than them, you know, so there's still an opportunity. Yeah, I lost on it, but even if I want to, it's just now the focus is no longer on weather-resistant drones for now. It's more on disaster risk management, but that's a big opportunity should you be keen to pursue this. You know, yeah. And the joke about the weather-resistant drone, because we are saying even the criminals, they know good time, my minds. If you vula in, drones will fly. So what she asked is very important that we build those type of drones so that our criminals bangatoma in vula drone will fly. Ne? The prudent question there. And the third question, I could see that this one is a fellow entrepreneur. Talking about monetizing and diversification. Monetizing is like how do you make money out of it, you know, in your strategies. Definitely, at the beginning, we did what you call bootstrapping. So I'm talking big English here, learners, but it's good that you know one day you'll relate. Bootstrapping is when you do your business without using what you call a fool's money. I know I sound as if you're Tugana, but business use that. When you invest your business, you use your fool's money. If fool's money, should you use your family, your uncles to fund your business, you know? They call it a fool's money, you know? So, but bootstrapping, you're able to use your own money to start a business. So when we started, we were bootstrapping. We didn't have any money. We used our own money, you know, whatever you've saved and all of that. But that is not sustainable. You need someone to invest. So whatever we have written there, we fund it. You don't do it for mahala, you know. For instance, the 4-hour workshop, we got funded by UNICEF, you know. And with the conference, you know, we get sponsors. That those brands I was displaying, about Santa, UNICEF again, and all of the partners, they fund it. The only thing for us, we haven't made money out of it, but at least we have broken even, but we break even. I can't say broken even. We break even, you know, at least our costs are taken care of, you know. But this year, we want to make money for it. How are we making money? Because we have proven to everyone that our conferences add value. So once you add value into your business, you can determine the price. Those that did accountants, you run at a loss, and the next time you break even, you don't make money, but you don't lose, then later you make money. So this year, we are planning to make money out of it. So even the CITAs are funding it, the UN agents are funding it. Now we're speaking to corporate. Like this week only, I pitched to 4 different corporates to fund our 4R. So it's not mahala. So but saying we don't make money necessarily, but at least we don't use our money. You know, so you can, and then you ask a question that, how do you bring them on board? Some of our partners, we call them strategic partners, like CSIR. CSIR, I don't know what's the full name for it, but it's a research institution in South Africa, name? Council for Research and something, yes. So we partnered with CSIR. CSIR, they are known for R&D. They're the one that come with deep technology solutions. You know, it's a government agency. So we've partnered with them that, guys, our strength is commercialize. We are an innovator. Let's partner with you and we sell that product together. Because when abatanda logo market, see business out. When bafuna nje kuza nama solutions. You know, so we says that we have partnered with them for that drone manufacturing because there's something that they want to add in that drone that can be used for fire detection. You know, so what we do Last week they approached us that there's a potential funding that they've seen for this project. So they want us to partner together. There's a funder already. Bona, they are coming with building the technology, fire management. And then Tina, we are a commercial partner. They're gonna build this thing for 6 months in our drone, and then next day, January, February, so I test that to the market, if customer like it, and then we commercialize it. So Tina will be leading as a commercial partner. So the role changes. It's not about the money. It's about what value you are adding as an entity. I don't know if that covered your question. And the other one, the issue of diversifying. As much as we want to diversify, but we don't want to be greedy as well and overstretch ourselves. You know, cybersecurity is not the space that we want to go into necessarily, but what we have decided that it should be part of our 4-hour workshop where we inform the learners what are the opportunities go tech rather than make it a business, because you can take up to this much, otherwise you'll end up being all over, you know. Yeah. I don't know if that answered your question, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Next set of questions, we're going to start with you. Where is the mic? No, this side. Here. Yes.
First of all, good morning, my queen. You truly spoke like a queen. My name is Andile Bata from Greendale, and I have 2 questions as an upcoming entrepreneur. So, question number 1 is, what are some common pitfalls or mistakes you've observed in other entrepreneurs entering the drone space technology, and how can they be avoided? And the next question is, how do you maintain a healthy work-life balance as an entrepreneur, and what practices or habits do you recommend for managing stress and avoiding burnout?
So I have a question, but then it's like divided into 2. I wanted to ask Ms. Queen if do you ever consider of funding youngsters who are in high school or university that want to pursue a career in technology or innovation? The second one, do you consider being like a financial aid for underprivileged youngsters who wants to do something that has to do with drone technology?
The third one.
Greetings, everyone. I just wanted to find out from Ms. Queen that, let's say maybe one wants to venture into the drone business, but wants to specialize on the events and entertainment industry. I'd like to know that what are the relevant documentation or licenses that one should get to be able to operate in that space. And I would also like to know that, since that you've spoken about different drones having different applications, what type of drone can that person consider buying so that he or she can do the job successfully?
Thank you. I don't see my own handwriting sometimes. Okay, I think the first question, I always make a joke about myself, sorry. Yeah, some of the pitfalls that I think other entrepreneurs are doing in business, you know. But get rich, in the scheme, quick, get rich. Yeah, get rich quick, something like that. So good, some of the entrepreneurs, they're getting into space because they want to make quick money. But unfortunately, as I said, that is aviation. It's coming with a lot of rules and regulation. You cannot just do that. You know, like you buy a drone and you look for people that wants to do events, host events, and you go to them. You don't have license. You're not a qualified drone. So that's one of the common mistakes that people do. And once CA discovered, you do that, you go to jail 10 years. So don't do it. Okay, avoid it. Be patient, invest, kuzalunga. Ne? So that's what I've observed, that they do that. And also people, they don't invest time to learn about the business. Bajaha. For instance, as I'm saying today, that there are other opportunities in drone technology other than becoming a drone pilot or only doing filming. So study the environment, ask for information, Google, attend workshop, look for mentors for it. So those are the common mistakes abayenzayo, ne? And the second question that you ask, and I love your questions. That's why I've got so many accolades. The balance, you know. I was thinking about it actually yesterday. It's how to maintain a balance and to avoid burnout. I'm noticing that these days I'm beginning to have a burnout. And I know why I'm having a burnout, you know. Other than that, I involve myself in two monsters, you know, studying and running a business. Those are two monsters. But I had to do it, you know, and that has caused a lot of burnout for me, okay? But before, how I could avoid a burnout, you know, I love life. Ngithanda ukujaiva, ngithanda ama-party. I love seeing my friends. We always have shampoo, like today. You're under 18, you know. So yeah, I love life, you know. So before I avoided burnout because I am a salsa dancer, go to salsa parties and dance like there's no tomorrow, you know. In the weekends, she would like hosting, we host and dance and we could cry, you know. And also I used to read a lot, books that inspire me. Elon Musk, the person who's very rich in the world but coming from South Africa. So I used to read books. I'll go on holiday, I slept and all of that. Now I don't have that luxury and it's causing burnout. So yesterday I was asking myself that I think I'm entering a dangerous territory. I'm feeling burnout, you know. So what's gonna happen, what I'm gonna do differently now? You know, I'm defending next month in my proposal in PhD. Once I defend, I take leave because I'm no longer taking leave like before. I'm going to take some time off to sleep for a week without doing anything. I love nature and water. I'm going back to just sleep. And so I'm going to do things that I used to do. But obvious because I don't have time, not like before. Once a month, I need to go to salsa party and dance again, you know. So I was planning around that. Also, I need to spend time with my family. I'm staying with my mom now. When I come back, I'm tired from the office at 10 o'clock. I eat supper, I go to sleep. I don't have quality time with her, you know. So those are the things I'm thinking that I need to revisit and do it right because you're right, burnout is not okay. Thanks for asking it, okay. The other one was on funding and bursaries and financial aid. I must say that as much as we love to do that, we are not in a position to do that now. But how we help young people or unemployed youth differently, we go to funding institutions like CITAS. We apply for grant and we tell you that, guys, there's a grant that you have received to train young people. Are you interested on becoming part of the program? You know, we haven't reached that level good we can give bursaries, but we create an enabling situation for people to be trained by us. Ne? And obviously, when we are there, it's easy to do bursaries, but we help indirectly. I'm sure about that because I don't want to overcommit and I don't keep my promises. I'm not like that. And the issue of the events, using drones for events, what type of drones do you need? What are the prerequisites? Good question. Number one, luckily with filming and events, you use the basic drones. We call it a phantom, the one that you see, they're usually predominantly in filming. You know, it's a normal drone, you know, and it's cost about 30,000. I don't know if it's still produced though. Cost about 30,000, obviously, but before you even do that, you need to train as a drone pilot with a reputable school, you know. And secondly, you cannot, as much as you are qualified, you have a drone, you also need to fly under a person who has the air license, the ROC. So it's three things. The last one, every time you fly a drone, you need to get what you call a landowner's permit. You know, if you fly above the school here or above the church, the owners of the church should have signed that they allowed you to fly to avoid the issue of privacy and all of that. You know, so those are the basic things. Phantom drone qualifies a license, and fine ROC, get a permit from the landowner, but also from CA. Then you can run your business. I think that was the last question for this round.
I'm going to take the last round of questions, 3. But before we take that last 3 hands, there is 2 questions on Facebook. The first one, is it possible to combine drone technology with AI? And the author gave an example. For example, say you design a system that monitors location of livestock in a farm. Then when the cows, for instance, pass a certain boundary, a drone flies to where the cows are and scare them so that they tend to stay within the defined boundaries. So that's basically geofencing. What the person is asking about is geofencing. They will answer that question. The second one, can drone be hacked? Cybersecurity. Can drone be hacked? As in, can someone hijack the signal and control the drone themselves? Those are the 2 questions.
Okay. Thanks. Hi, online audience. Sorry, didn't acknowledge you. Interesting question. Actually, this is what we're doing. We do drone and AI, you know. For instance, the project that we did in Alexander, we added an AI component to our data because we wanted to see how many houses are built next to each other, the proximity of houses, so that we know when there's fire, how many houses are at risk with fire, or when there's flood. But I also like the example that you've given. That's a typical example of drone and AI. That's a brilliant example, you know. So definitely we are using drone and AI, and there's a plethora of opportunity in that space. And that was the only question. Oh, there was a they're being hacked all the time. But other people are seeing an opportunity on that. There are drones that are made to avoid, but there is a counter drone to avoid being hacked. You know, it's a business on its own, especially in military or strategic areas. So there are people that build drones to avoid that situation to happen. Thank you.
Thank you. The last 3 questions.
So on all the services that you all provide, I saw a line that said drones for good social impact. So I want to know, how does the QP Drones company go about establishing that? Thank you.
Did you get that? Okay. There's a question here.
Basically, I have 2 questions. Since you have ventured within the manufacturing of drones, I'd like to ask what tool or components determine the altitude of the drones? And then my second question is, within the manufacturing of the motherboard of the drone, what skills do you actually need to do the motherboard of the drone?
Okay. Where are we? Okay.
So I have 2, probably 3 questions. So what other opportunities are laid in the entrepreneurship field, and what are the chances for one who is disadvantaged or financially unstable to be plugged in? Then the second one is, does this career have an age restriction? The third one, how strong is the power of confidence in the industry you're in, Ms. Ndlovu? Thank you. The last question is, how strong is the power of confidence in the industry you're in?
Okay, so we have 3. Yeah, I want a bonus of 2. Because I see there's a lot of hands, but yeah, this side they've never asked. Yeah, no, let's give them.
I only have one question that says, what advice would you give to starting entrepreneur?
The first question is, how can you protect your ideas so others don't steal them? And how do you get clients for your drone business? And the last one is it worth starting a drone business?
Okay.
What, in your opinion, are the key reasons why so many locations are hard to navigate?
No GPS signal, no, that's the question. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the difficult question. This one. Yo, the last set, Ziabuya. I can try to answer the one that I can. The first question was, what is it that you are doing for Drone for Good? I think that's a slide I shared with you, what we do as South Africa Flying Lab. Number one, we are trying to close the digital divide. What do we mean by that? By exposing the kids that are in vulnerable communities, informing them the opportunities that they have for IR or technology. What we are doing this morning is part of the social impact, of Drone for Good, exposing people, especially young people in rural areas, informal settlement, in township, about the opportunities that are there. STEM project. By the way, we're going to be building a STEM bus. We're going to talk about the church about that. How do we build a bus that will be moving around, teaching unemployed youth or kids in the rural areas about STEM. Okay, the second intervention on Drone for Good is climate change, guys. The world is worried. Climate change has become a reality. We are losing people's life. You can't predict the weather anymore. You're losing infrastructure. What happened in KwaZulu-Natal last week in Cape Town? And no one is exempted. It's a matter of time. For the mere fact that we are into that space, contributing into that space, that's Drone for Good. How do drones play a role in responding to climate change? Actually, we always say we respond what you call SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals. Number one is that bringing innovation and infrastructure to people like ourselves, that SDG goals, issue of goal number 13, issue of climate change. All of those things, those goals, they are saying, what is it that we are doing as entrepreneurs, as citizens, to respond to climate change. So that's what we do on Drone for Good. Lastly, the conferences that we are hosting, we invite everyone to share insight, to share challenges. How can we make the world better for all of us? Our kids, our businesses, our churches, and all of that. That is Drone for Good. So this is what we do for Drone for Good. On the issue of manufacturing, unfortunately, can I have that conversation with you outside because it's a bit technical and needs our time. I hope you won't leave before we attend to that. The other one is that what is the age restriction for drone pilot, and yeah, only see this drone pilot and the opportunities in entrepreneurship. Ne? Okay, let me start with the drone pilot. The age restriction, you need to be 18, and I mentioned the issue of class 1 medical examination and passing some. You need to know how to pass your radio test and all of that. So there are those, but 90% or 98% of people that go through those tests, they usually pass it unless it's in a worse situation. So it's easy. It's very easy for anyone to qualify as a drone pilot and to run that business, The other one, the confidence with the market. This is becoming a multi-billion industry. The share in the market is amazing. I just forgot the figures. I could have checked this morning. But I can guarantee that it's a multi-billion industry that is growing every day. Should you go to that space, you'll be happy. You won't go to bed hungry, I promise. And the other one is that the entrepreneurship, in order to become a successful entrepreneurship, how do you choose it and what is that you need to consider? For me, it starts with passion. You need to identify where your passion lies. You know, do you love delivery logistics, or do you love helping communities, or do you love delivery or manufacturing, or want to be a drone author like me? You enjoy creating content, you know, and all of that. So you must identify your passion first. Secondly, what are your abilities? Realistically, what are your strengths? You know, because you cannot say you want to do manufacturing, but you're not too technical as well. You rather identify another opportunity that supports the drone technology, not necessarily being technical, writing blogs, software engineer, hardware engineer, or sailing and all of that, you know. So passion and qualifications. Thirdly, where are the opportunities are? That makes a successful business. The key, I forgot the last one. Oh yeah, your IP, yes, oh, I seen that. How do you protect your IP? DTI, a government entity, every time you come with a new innovation, you must register it, and it's mahala, it's free of charge. You know, but what I was told that I was not aware, that when you come with the innovation, it's important that don't advertise it, put it in public. Like we have lost our IP with the drone that we use for speaker drone. We call it the lady speaker, the one that makes announcement, because we publicize it first. So if you have an idea, register it, your IP, it's mahala. And also, by the way, the incubation center, innovation hub, there are people that offer those services free of charge. They register your IP so that people don't, before you even tell your friends or your family, just register it there. So you protect your IP. Is it all okay?
Thank you so much, Queen. We really appreciate your time. We have got Nonhlanhla. Yes, who's going to appreciate you on behalf of all the learners and the schools that are here, on behalf of everyone, as I call her to the front. Okay. Well, thank you so much. So before I call our leader, the visionary of the house, to come and give us his closing remarks and thank everyone, I just want to encourage you guys to say that those who want to be part of the hackathon, what we had already discussed, and I think it's good that that question of protecting your idea came up, that when we are going to register, you just register, you don't give us the details of what you want to do. You just give us, let's say for instance, you want to solve water problem, you just say water problem solution. Then when you start with the work and everything, on the day of presentation, everyone who is going to be sitting there during when we are going to do the hackathon and everything, we are going to sign NDAs. That has been discussed already. NDA means non-disclosure agreement. That whatever is going to be discussed in there will remain in there. You are not allowed to take it anywhere. So your ideas are protected, guys. Don't be scared. We know about people who steal other people's ideas. Okay. Apostle.
Good morning, learners. Well, thank you very much that you guys came in such a short notice. 1984, 85, 86, I was a student at Kopanang High School. And yeah, I was a student at Kopanang High School, and 1985, the riots broke out in the city of Emalahleni. Some of you guys were not born, and schooling was very difficult then because of the riots. In 1985, actually, we all repeated because we could not write the exams, so we had to repeat the same standard. And 1986, they introduced the concept of pass one, pass all. You remember that. It was very difficult, and I was a science student. Mines used to come to recruit students that were doing maths and science to go do apprenticeship, and they would take them from grade 10 and encourage them. They say, go to TVET college, you can do your N1, N2, N3, which is equivalent to matric. But on a particular day, we invited the first black engineer in Emalahleni, Mr. Alex Sibande, who studied in, it was in Malawi, but he was a wheat banker, but he got his degree because in those days, the black engineers were not making it in universities, especially VETS. VETS was very anti-black engineers. Most of them could not make it, they would fail them. I remember there were two guys in my class who got good symbols and they went to VETS, and both of them did not make it. So this man went to do his degree in Malawi, came back, they invited him in our school, and when he was talking, I felt like this man was talking to me. And I decided to pursue my studies, complete my matric, go to university, qualified as an environmental health practitioner, continue to be a pastor. So I want to encourage you guys that it doesn't matter where you come from, doesn't matter the level of the education of your parents, you can make it. And one of the biggest challenge that we have in the black community, we do a lot of science interventions in the city. Some of you have seen us come to your schools during the science week, is that you have students that are leading and want to do something about their lives, and there are those who want to disrupt. But we are here for you. If you really need help, we are here to help you. We are here to encourage you. We are here to show you the way. So this is not just a session, but this is a life-changing session. For some of you guys, you will remember this even in the next 30 years. I still remember that day back in 1986 when Mr. Alex Ibande came to our school. You will remember this day when Miss Queen Ndlovu spoke, and this will be a turning point in your life. So thank you very much, Patudi, for organizing this. I'm actually standing there at the back, and I said, I'm 55 years old, and I feel like there's still a lot to do, there's still a lot to learn, you know. And we are encouraging you guys, you still have time. The only thing you can do is to spend time in with your books. We are parents, we are working, we have so many other responsibilities, but you guys still has enough energy to study. Don't stop. Make sure that you pursue your dream, you pursue your career, and never allow money to be an issue. You know, we have YouTube now that you can empower yourself with the information. Thank you very much. We can stand. Okay. I just want to pray for you guys. I just want to pray for you. I just want to pray for you. Yeah, I just want to pray for you. We just want to pray for you guys. There's a verse that is in the book of Proverbs. It says, many are the plans in a man's heart, but only God's plan and purpose will prevail. So we just want to pray that may you discover God's plan and purpose for your life as a young person. This country needs leaders, people who are sold out to their purpose and who are sold out to God's plan for their lives. There are things we do them because it's our purpose. Nobody pays us to do what we are doing. We actually spend money to make sure that you guys are here. We take time on a busy weekend to make sure that we come spend time with you because it's our purpose. If we don't do it, we will not be fulfilled. Unfortunately, people don't know how to volunteer in this country. When you ask people to volunteer, they ask, how much will you pay me? And it's a sad thing because money, there is no amount of money that can ever bring fulfillment and bring satisfaction. If you learn to serve and volunteer, money will follow you. But if you chase after money, money will be like a mirage. You will never catch up with it. So we just want to pray for you young people. And my prayer is that this country is going to be a great country because of you guys. Because you are sold out to your dreams and your visions. You refuse to settle for less. We have potential to compete with first world countries. As an African country, we are sitting between third world and first world. We have characteristics of first world countries and we have characteristics of third world countries. So it's only you and I that can make this country and not drop it but push it up to be amongst the first world countries. Can we bow our heads? Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you for this opportunity that you have given us to meet with the learners and the educators. That may this information that has been given to them liberate them. That they are not going to be bound by the color of their skin, by the level of the education that they have, by the location where they come from, by their upbringing. But I pray that may they know that they are made in your image, in your likeness. That may they rise above circumstances that surrounds them. I pray that this is going to be a turning point to a lot of them. That money will never define and be a hindrance to get where they want to go. They will grow and they will achieve things they want to achieve. We pray for them today in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. May you bless them as they are preparing for their half-year exams, those who are matriculants, who are planning to go to universities, and those who are planning to be full-time entrepreneurs. May you give them wisdom, strength, ideas. Give them tenacity, never to give up, even when odds are stacked against them. We pray for them in Jesus' name. Amen.
We have come to the end. We are going to go outside. I just want to ask us, everyone, let us be orderly as we go outside. There are sandwiches that have been prepared for all of us. There is enough for everyone. Don't stress, even if you are the last one on the queue, you're still gonna get them. And I want to also ask you guys, please, when we go outside, don't go out to the streets unless you are going to the bus that brought you here and you are going to sit inside the bus. Do we agree? No, we agree. That's what we are going to do. We will tell the security to make sure that you don't go outside. Thank you.